pinpointing your style, coming up with a wardrobe that you love, it really is empowering. And I've seen it with many, many people. And once you find clothes that you really like, that match with such and such, all in your own closet, it's like it really is like a brand new wardrobe again. But we have to dress our bodies and love our bodies the way they are today, right now, every day.
That's Styled and Inspired's Kristin Kelly. And this is episode 3, Uplevel Your Life by Upleveling Your Closet. Welcome. I'm Kimberly Henrie, and this is Living the Good Life. Well, it's beginning to feel like a habit. I'm so glad to be back with episode number 3, and I'm super grateful to have you join me. As I'm putting this episode together today, we're less than a week out from Christmas. It's been snowing all day here, and personally, for me, it's been a hugely productive day. I absolutely love times like these. Living the good life to me includes loving what you're doing, the environment you're in, and choosing to switch your perspective when those things are less than desirable. I've been really taking that to heart lately and taking on projects that have been on my plate for a while. Those things can really weigh you down even if you're not thinking about them actively. When you do tackle them, though, and move through them, there's absolutely nothing more freeing. Also, as part of this process, I'm more committed to my morning routine now more than I ever have been. And that's given me so much energy and clarity. So that's kind of where all the productivity has come in, both personally and professionally. Today's subject of upleveling your closet or upleveling your wardrobe is a huge part of this process and something that I've also gone through in the last few months. When you don't love what you have or don't feel confident in how to put it all together, as our guest Kristen will share, that can take a great mental toll on your overall well-being. When you feel down in the dumps with your wardrobe, well, yeah, you know where I'm going with that. I've totally been there. This episode is geared primarily toward women, but guys, if you lack confidence in your attire, this 100% applies to you as well. Break out your best glassware and your favorite beverage as we learn about upleveling your wardrobe. So when it comes to style, a lot of us are struggling to figure out what exactly it is or what to do about it or what to do with the things you have in your closet that you just never wear even though you bought them, right? So Kristen, glad to have you with us. Do you have anything in your closet that you don't wear?
Not anymore, I don't. I used to have lots of things, but I can honestly say I have everything in my closet that I love to wear.
Do you have anything in your closet from high school?
No, I do not. I do not. I am not the size I was in high school, so I've had to adapt a bit from that.
I do have a few pieces from high school. Not that I wear, mind you, but I do have them.
Then, right?
Something like that, or dream sakes. The someday I will. Who knows? But they're not at the forefront of my closet, that's for sure. So I want to welcome to the conversation Kristin Kelly of Styled and Inspired. Kristen and I met a few months back at an event in Denver, and I loved what I heard her say. Kristen has a degree in business management. She has a passion for fashion that she's had since high school and studied personal style at the New York Institute of Art and Design. Kristen lives in Denver with her son, and her purpose in life is to inspire women to appreciate their unique beauty and personal style and express it through their clothing and the way they live their life. I just absolutely love that. Kristen, again, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So it was so much fun to meet you this summer and then to bring you out, or you so graciously came over the mountains to hang out with me for a few hours and go through my wardrobe. And that was such an incredible experience. I just wanted to share it with everyone.
Good. I'm glad it helped. I'm glad we got to do it as well. Usually it really helps people to go through their entire closet piece by piece, putting on each piece, and you either love it or hate it. It fits or it doesn't fit, and you kind of have to weed those things out. which is the process that I went through. And I can honestly say now that I love every piece of clothing in my closet.
So I want to talk more about the closet cleanse here in just a minute. But first of all, I want to just, share with you to give you some feedback. And if you're listening, what's in it for you? Well, I'll tell you, since I met with Kristen and she went through my closet, I have started wearing pieces that have been in there for years that I never thought I was going to be able to wear. I had no clue how to wear them or if they would even work in my wardrobe. I'd put them on and feel like a big dork, and then you were able to make it look good.
I'm happy to hear that. I love that.
That was phenomenal. So my wardrobe has really, not that I've added, and I didn't spend a bunch of money after we were done with that process. And I had almost a whole new wardrobe. So that's what we're going to share with you today in talking with Kristen, is really maybe how to turn your closet upside down and create a whole new wardrobe for yourself and just feel really good about what you're wearing. How often do you hear women, Kristen, say that they don't know what to wear or question their style ability?
Every day. Almost everyone I talk to honestly says they don't have anything to wear and they're staring at this closet full of clothes. Mm-hmm. Or they have pieces that don't fit or whatever. But almost everyone I talk to says that exact same thing.
Why is it important? Why are we talking about it so much?
I think defining or pinpointing your style, coming up with a wardrobe that you love, it really is empowering. And I've seen it with many, many people. And once you find clothes that you really like, that match with such and such, all in your own closet, it's like it really is like a brand new wardrobe again. And sometimes it just takes another eye to look at it. I don't look at your clothes every single day and see the same thing over and over. I look at it as like, oh, this piece will match with this, and you could you could interchange this with this, and so on and so forth. And a lot of times it really is just having someone else look at it and have a fresh eye on it.
That seems to be the experience that we had together. Mm-hmm. It was just seeing it completely differently through your eyes. Now, there was a couple of things that, we just couldn't see eye to eye on.
And ultimately, it is your choice, right? You have to wear it. I'm not going to tell you what to wear.
Exactly. And, it's something that we do every day, right? We get dressed and get out there in the world. And there are so many choices.
Absolutely. And so many messages coming at us from so many different places. And I feel like once that you know what you feel good in, what you like, what colors you like, what style you like, all of that, and you have a closet full of pieces that fit you perfectly, it becomes less overwhelming. It really does. Like, I can get up in the morning and I can pick a piece. If there's one particular piece of clothing that I really feel empowered to wear that day, then I know I can just pick the pieces that match with it. It's not this big, huge, overwhelming, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear type of thing. Mm-hmm. It starts my day off better. It's calmer. It's just an easier process.
You really hit on something there that I think is something that I was struggling with, and I think a lot of women, and I don't know if men so much struggle with this or not. Certainly my husband just kind of, throws on a pair of jeans and a shirt and off he goes. But for women, it's such an important part of our identity that we feel good in what we're wearing and confident, and it sets the tone. And if you have to struggle to figure out what pieces match or go together, or if this fits you right, or, is it appropriate for the situation, that just is not just a clothing struggle, but it really sets the tone for the day of stress and confusion and disorientation that you carry with you into the rest of your day.
It's almost like an identity. Like, you don't feel like the best person that you can be when you walk out the door. And I agree with you. It sets the tone for the entire day. I think when you struggle with it, when you get to work, oh, is everyone looking? Does this look okay? Like it's in the back of your head all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to be able to walk out of your house feeling confident, feeling beautiful, no matter what you wear. And I think finding that lane, if you will change everything for you. It really will.
And part of living the good life is embodying that confidence and just going out there and embracing life with all that you are.
Absolutely.
And so I think that this topic really addresses that in a very fundamental way. So without further ado, let's dive into what exactly do you mean by a closet cleanse, and how could somebody do this for themselves?
Absolutely. So I had said it earlier, but really what it is you literally go into your closet, pull out piece by piece. Now, depending on how many clothes you have, you might do it by season. Maybe you do it spring and then fall, or spring and summer, fall and winter. But you literally try on every piece of clothing, right? Put it on. How does it make you feel? Is it too big? Is it too baggy? We're really not trying to cover up the things that we don't like. We're trying to find things that fit our specific body shapes and sizes. And so that, people can see your body. Like some people have a struggle with that. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So you try on every single piece, decide whether you love it or hate it. And then the stuff you hate, you get rid of. Put it in a bag, put it in the garage. A lot of people struggle with actually that purging process, but it is cathartic, I promise you. So once you have everything that fits, or everything that you like and fits,
mm-hmm.
then you can start adding in pieces to complete outfits, right? You can find a pair of neutral pants that go with 3 or 4 or 5 different shirts or tops in your closet. And then you can add a jacket or add accessories or add whatever. But I guess the main point being that these are all pieces that fit. So there's not something you're going to pull out of your closet, try on and be like, oh, that won't work. And then you're back to square one again. And the frustration starts right there. So we're trying to eliminate that frustration and build from that base of clothes that you like and that fit.
So what do you say to somebody who has a bunch of pieces in their closet that don't quite fit right, but they're hoping they're going to fit, or, if they just drop that 10 pounds, it's going to fit perfectly. What do we do with those pieces?
So in my opinion, we get rid of those as well. And maybe not get rid of permanently. I am all for striving for goals. If you want to lose weight, you're striving to lose those 10 pounds. Perfect. But we have to dress our bodies and love our bodies the way they are today, right now, every day. So we can adjust what we're wearing as we're losing weight, but it's super, super, super important for us to dress our bodies the way they are today. So even if you are still 10 pounds overweight, let's find the clothes that fit your body and make it look beautiful today, right? We can adjust it and, buy smaller sizes or pull out smaller sizes when we get there. Mm-hmm. But it's important that you feel confident in what you're wearing today, because believe it or not, it will help you get to that goal of 10 pounds lighter when you look and feel beautiful the way you are right now.
Oh, that's an interesting concept. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, if you're trying on clothes and just wishing and wishing and wishing and hoping and working out and doing all this stuff, but they still don't quite fit, you're still deflating your ego, if you will, and we want to keep our egos on track and positive, because that's just, it's a good affirming thing for us to do every single day. And it took me a long time to get to that point, because I was that person. I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to keep wearing these pants. And if I wear them a size too small, it'll motivate me to lose those extra 10 pounds. And it never did. It made me feel yuck. I would walk out of the house feeling all squished into my clothes and just not feeling good about myself that day. And it portrayed throughout the whole day. I mean, I can remember the feelings of feeling like everyone was staring at me because my clothes were too small, that type of thing. And we don't want that. We want to walk out in clothes that fit us perfectly right now, and it gives us that confidence. And then, you'll feel better throughout the day, and you'll be ready to go to the gym, and you'll be motivated to go to the gym or do whatever it is you're going to do. Eat that salad for lunch instead of eating chili cheese fries, that type of thing.
Drowning your sorrows in food, right?
Right. I really think it is a big mental piece of the reaching goals, is feeling confident in what you're doing right now.
That's really great. I think that's important for all of us, and probably why this topic was so important to me to share on this podcast about living the good life, because we've got to build up that foundation of strength and confidence and the beauty that we are, to be able to build on that and create the life that we want.
And we have to practice it every single day, right? Live in today and not in the past, not in the future, but for today.
Absolutely. So let's get a little bit more specific about the closet cleanse. So when you're going through your closet and you're picking out pieces and putting them on, and you've been, these are clothes that you're really intimately familiar with. So it's sometimes hard to see, as you said earlier, what's really going on versus having somebody else objectively look. So what are the things that you're looking for to say, yes, this fits well, this is good on my body, this is not so good on my body? What are some specific things that we can look for?
Yeah, emotions are a big thing. Emotions are tied to everything we do in our life, and including our clothes. So really what you want to do is you want to look to see, so I'm fairly big chested. So one of my big factors is, does it fit across my chest? Right? The other thing is I have wide hips. So does it give me a muffin top? So these kind of things, and it's kind of specific for each body type, but you want to look at the things that, if you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Do you notice the pull across your breast? Or do you notice something hanging out over the side of your jeans? I mean, the biggest thing is, does it make me feel good?
Right.
I mean, that's how I do it. That's how I encourage everyone to do it. Because and the emotional piece of it, it might be that you just need to put it in a bag and be without it, be without looking at it for 6 months, and then pull it out again later and say, am I still really as attached to this as I was 6 months ago? And I think 9 times out of 10, you'll find that you aren't. I think people, when you see stuff over and over every day, it's like, oh, yeah, that emotion is in the forefront every day when you're looking at that. So if you take it out of the rotation or take it out of your eyesight for, maybe even a couple months, not even 6 months, but whatever, put it maybe for a season, put it, in a box or a bag or somewhere, and just move it from where you're at right then and there.
I love that.
When you put it on, you'll either know right away. I hate to say that, you'll either love it or hate it.
True.
Your initial reaction.
Interesting. Yeah. So we're getting, this is a very psychological process.
I wish I had a degree in psychology. This is just stuff that I've observed. So, yeah.
So I love that theory, that philosophy. If you have something in your life and you haven't used it in 6 months, then do you really need it? And that just applies to everything, not just clothing.
Absolutely.
So I love that you brought that in to the clothing aspect, because don't always think of it that way. So when we were working together, you gave me some pretty specific tips. Like, I had a pair of jeans that I'm a tall woman. And so my typical issue is that jeans, skirts, everything is too short. So I had a pair of jeans that was a little on the short side, and rather than toss it, you gave me the little tip to put a little cuff on it and wear it with a little booty, which was great. So I didn't end up tossing those.
Fit, right? The jeans fit perfectly. And I have the same problem. I run into the same problem all the time, that they're just a bit short. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't going to be crazy, but I think you and I both agree that we wouldn't have been comfortable wearing them out that way.
Right.
So there's tips and tricks. So you put a cuff on them, a little rough edged cut or cuff, and then you put on a pair of booties and they're fine.
What are some other little tricks that you can share with us like that?
Let's see. If you show your wrists, it makes you look a little bit longer and leaner. So roll up the sleeves on your button down sleeve or whatever, or even on a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. You can always elongate your body by creating a V from your neck. So whether it's you're wearing a V-neck shirt or a longer necklace that creates that V, visually it draws the person looking at you, or your visual, it draws it down and it makes you look leaner.
So what about, there's a lot right now, particularly I've been out shopping, there's a lot of crew neck fashion going on. So that's kind of opposite of the V-neck. What do you do?
And really it's dependent on body types, because certain body types, people with real skinny shoulders, they want to wear that crew neck because, again, it's about that line at the top of your body. So that crew neck draws your eyes out towards the shoulders, and it makes her shoulders look wider.
Okay.
Really, I mean, everything to do with body types is, in my opinion, all about lines and like visually either enhancing or detracting from what you want to look at. So when I say that, it's like some people think that they just want to wear these big moo type, I call them moo type things that just cover everything that they don't like.
Right.
But in essence, it just makes you look larger. So you really want to enhance your waist and show off, either your shoulders or your hips or whatever you like most and is flattering. I mean, it depends on the body type and where you're, like I have bigger hips, so I don't attract attention to my hips. I wear the V-necks and the longer necklaces to draw attention, up and out essentially. But
fascinating tips. I feel like we could talk about, I could keep you here all day.
I could talk about it all day too.
So you have an exercise that you had me kind of do this too, about tracking what you wear for a week, everything. Yeah. So what is that about?
The other thing besides I don't have anything to wear is I don't know what style I am. Like, what is my style? And again, I mean, style is subjective and it's all about you and what you want to wear and what you want to project to the world. But once you're clear about, do I dress casual? Am I a casual dresser? And your lifestyle, whatever will dictate that. And that's perfectly fine. That will give you the base for what don't go out and buy 3-inch heels if you're not going to wear them, right? They may be cute. I used to do this all the time. Cute. And then they just collect dust in my closet for years until I purged them and got rid of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is for starting on the first day, and I have a little cheat sheet or a tracking sheet that I'm happy to send out to anyone that wants it. You track what you wear every day. So in the morning, I wore, jeans with this blouse and this jacket and these shoes. And then after work, I came home and I changed into my athletic pants and my a different t-shirt and my tennis shoes. And then the next day, maybe I had a meeting. So you'll notice a pattern. And I work from home typically, unless I'm out with a customer. And I am very casual. My wardrobe, my uniform, if you will, is jeans, t-shirts, and jackets, essentially, right? And I have all different ways that I style them to make for different occasions. But some people are business. They get up and they wear a suit to work every single day. And then they come home and they put on their jeans and their t-shirts or whatever. My guess is that their jeans and t-shirts are probably a little bit nicer than my jeans and t-shirts when I come home or when I change clothes after work. You'll notice the pattern. And then maybe even after your closet cleanse, you'll go back in and be like, oh, well, maybe I won't ever wear this. And you'll pick some other things out or add some things back in. It's kind of a process.
Okay.
And you will learn what you like to wear and what feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And how to do it.
So that would be a thing to do prior to your closet cleanse.
I would do it. Yes, I would do it prior. It'll give you a little bit better idea what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of when you're doing that closet cleanse. Absolutely.
Fascinating. You are such a wealth of knowledge. Now it is that time of year and they seem to be everywhere this year. I do not know what is going on.
I think they just are quite the fascination lately. I agree with you. They are everywhere.
Ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yes.
Galore. I definitely want to point out the ugly part of that statement.
Right. Most of them are garish and they're just a little over the top, but I guess that's the fun part about it, right? It's something I guess you could wear it more often during the year, but it really is appropriate at this time of year.
Absolutely. So what do you do with those things?
So, I kind of apply the same principles. I would make sure it fits. The thing that drives me absolutely crazy is people that buy the ugly Christmas sweaters and they're like 4 sizes too big and they just hang on them and they look terrible. So my first thing would be make sure you buy a size that fits, right? Some of them aren't terrible, but they have to fit. And then really you can pair those Christmas sweaters with almost any neutral in your closet. A lot of times at Christmas, you'll see sweaters with green, red, and white. I would almost put them with a white pair of jeans and maybe some red or some black shoes, right? So highlight the main color in the sweater, right? And then the sweater kind of stands out, which I believe is the purpose of it.
Right? You would think.
I would think.
So what do you consider a neutral, Kristen?
I consider a neutral white, brown, black, or blue.
White, brown, black, or blue. Okay. Do those things go together in your world?
All those colors, all the neutrals? Absolutely.
Yes. So you can wear a navy blue with a black or a brown or...
I do believe you can, yes.
Okay, interesting, because that's a debatable question.
Believe you can wear white all year long.
Okay.
That kind of myth has kind of gone away, I think, now, for the most part. But there are some people that still try and follow it. But I think white in the winter is beautiful, so...
Oh, well, I think it's perfect. It matches the season perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and then maybe just keep your accessories to a minimum, right? We don't want to overdo it. I mean, the sweater itself is overpowering. Mm-hmm. So when you add frou-frou necklaces and earrings and, just keep it kind of simple. Keep the accessories kind of simple. And then again, the sweater wants to be, that main focal point in that outfit.
So that's the way to fashionably wear an ugly Christmas sweater.
That would be my advice, yes.
Otherwise,
I have a hard time with the ugly Christmas sweaters, but
otherwise go for the gusto and be extremely garish and just embrace that.
I'll put a couple pictures on my new website. I have done it, yes. So
how fun. So Kristen, what does living the good life mean to you?
I think I touched on it earlier. I really think it is about living for today, being the best person you can be every day. I have a 7-year-old, so I am trying to emulate behavior for him so that he grows up to be a lovely person. I think it's about connecting with people. I like to say that I try to meet as many people as I can and build relationships. I think that's really important. And I think it's important to kind of understand other people, other cultures. I used to be in travel, so I think traveling is a big, big, big part of being a well-rounded human being. Do nice things for people every day and try and meet as many people as you can. That's the good life to me anyway.
Fantastic. And that's what's important, is what it means, for you as an individual. Mm-hmm. When you look back on your life, assuming that, at the end of your years, your life has been well lived, what do you think the 2 biggest highlights of your life will be?
Oh my goodness. Well, I sure hope it's being a good mom and setting a good example. That's probably my most important legacy I hope to leave. And really that people think I'm a good friend, that I was supportive and, nurtured those relationships that I build every day. So those would probably be my 2 biggest ones.
I can see a theme here. Relationships are really, really important for you.
Yeah. I've always been very outgoing and a big extrovert. So I think that's kind of where that comes from. Some other people might think I'm crazy, but yeah, absolutely.
And looking ahead from today forward, what is your biggest, most extravagant wish for the future?
Oh my goodness. I struggled with this one because I have so many things. I think it would be just for everyone to strive to be a better person, strive to be nice. I want to see everyone getting along in my bubble world here. Mm-hmm. That everybody has goals that they're trying to achieve and working towards them, and loving yourself as you are today.
Again, another theme of just acceptance, right, is the word.
It is.
Thank you so much for sharing.
You're very welcome.
Your knowledge. I wanted to make sure everybody knows how to find you. So you've got a new website coming out
in January 1st.
Okay.
It's styledandinspired.com.
Great.
We are going to start doing monthly webinars and or in-person meetings to talk about styling tips and tricks and motivation and just all around good stuff. So we'll post those on the website as soon as we have that up and going. And then we have a blog that will start on January 1st as well. So if you'd like to be a part of that, feel free to send me an email now and I'll add you to the list, or you can certainly go to the website January 1 and sign up for that, for the blog posts, to get notifications of new blog posts and new events and things like that.
Great. And I understand you're also offering a free 30-minute consultation.
Oh, absolutely. I do that all the time. If you have ideas or questions or would like to talk specifically about something in your wardrobe, I would love to have a conversation about it. So feel free to call me. Again, there'll be a calendar on the new website that you can just pick a time and we can meet. Again, otherwise, please feel free to send me an email. It's Kristen at Styled and Inspired, Kristin. And I'm happy to set up a time to talk with anyone who would like to. Yes.
Great. Kristen at styledandinspired.com if you want to reach out to her now. And if you want to check out the new website, make a note in your calendar to go to styledandinspired.com. Awesome. Kristen, it's been a pleasure. I really appreciate you and your mission and your passion and your purpose.
I was happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
And your time. Thank you so much, Kristen. Take care. If you decide to do a closet cleanse or track your style, send us a note. Let us know. Let us know how it goes and share some pics. Get out there and live the good life. I'll see you next time.